What is up, home workout and bodyweight exercise fans? In today's video from Weight to Muscle, we'll be talking about elbow pain from bodyweight exercise. So I'll be giving you 3 tips that will help you eliminate this really annoying problem that occurs to a lot of people. Starting with tip number 1, don't squeeze the bars too much. So either you're doing dips or especially pulling exercises like pull-ups and inverted rows, avoid squeezing the bar too much because that irradiates a lot of tension to your elbows. So just squeeze enough so that you can hold your hands on the bar, but not more than that. Focus more your mind to muscle attention on the muscle that is targeted, like the chest or the back. Don't squeeze the bars too hard. And another reason that causes this, the squeezing the bar hard, is really difficult and thick bars. Like some pull-up bars are really thick, or a lot of times if you're training outside, they can be really slippery. So that causes you, without wanting it, to squeeze the bars too hard. The way to fix this, is either finding thinner bars or using gloves that can, give you a better grip. So tip number 2 is not locking out during chin-ups. So when you're doing chin-ups, you're basically, in the lower position when your hands are straight, your elbows are straight, and you're basically going all the way downwards, unlocking your elbows. What this does is it places a lot of problematic tension and twisting forces on your shoulder, wrist and elbow joints. Why? Well, just do this simple exercise. Extend your hands in front of you, palms looking upwards, and try to bring your hands straight up. You're going to see that the more you start lifting your arms, the more your hands will start rotating and your palm will start looking downwards, because that's simply not an anatomical position. Some people have really good mobility and can hang on that position without pressing too much stress on the joints, but for most of us, including me, especially for people who are quite wide in the back, that's another reason. Being in that position is you're going to feel a lot of restriction. You're going to feel a lot of tension on your shoulders. I mean, just try keeping your hands straight upwards and your palms facing yourself. I can't even do it personally. So because of that lack of mobility, because of that restriction, what happens with your body and your joints in order to compensate for this position is that there's a lot of twisting forces occur into the wrist, elbow and shoulder joints. And in the long run, doing this repeatedly is just gonna keep on twisting those joints and causing them inflammation, elbow pain, wrist pain, shoulder pain. So in order to fix that, just avoid locking out in the chin-ups. It's as simple as that. You can just go bring the bar. I'm gonna add a video here so you can check it out. Just keep your elbows slightly bent. The moment you feel that your joints are starting to feel restriction, tension, stop there and go again upwards. You don't have to lock out. That way you also keep some more tension in the bicep. You focus more on that mind to muscle connection and you won't have problems like this. My last, 3rd tip is using more functional grips, and that means using my favorite, rings. So I do my pull-ups a lot with rings, especially when I feel sensitivity in my elbows. I do my dips with rings, as you can see here in the video. And if you don't have rings, I highly recommend getting some. They're really cheap nowadays. You can get a pair for $30. I got mine from ultimatebodypress.com. I think that's the site. I'll link it below. I'm not affiliated with them, by the way. So I just find their products really functional. So get those rings or get those pull-up bars that have those more diagonal grips, those more anatomical grips, like the Iron Gym pull-up bar. The last edition has some, a lot more different grips you can use instead of the straight bar ones. So just find a pull-up bar that has those more anatomical grips. And in general, if you're above 30, getting, you know, closer to 40 and up after that, I highly recommend always using rings. So those were today's tips. I hope they'll help. And until next time, keep on training.